Welcome back to Rugby from the Stands. If you've tuned in recently, we've been analysing the Men's Rugby Championship. But as we look ahead, there's one event that towers over the rugby calendar, the Women's Rugby World Cup, kicking off in England in August 2025. And I want to start this new series with a confession. While I can break down the All Blacks' attack patterns all day, my knowledge of the Women's 15s game is nowhere near where it should be. I follow the Black Ferns Sevens team and they are absolutely phenomenal, but the 15s, I haven't done my homework. That needs to change. And it's personal for me. I'm a girl dad. I've got a 7-year-old daughter. I love this game and I want my daughter to grow up knowing without a shadow of a doubt that her game is just as important, just as visible, and just as celebrated as the men's. So, we're launching the Road to England 2025. We're going to do a deep dive into all 16 teams heading into the World Cup. I'm doing the research and I'm inviting you to learn alongside me. And where else could we possibly start? We have to start with the hosts, the world number one, the Juggernaut, England's Red Roses. If you want to understand women's international rugby, you have to understand England. They are the benchmark. But their story isn't just one of dominance, it's one of agonizing near misses. They've won the World Cup twice, in 1994 and 2014, but they've been runners-up 6 times. And 5 of those losses were to New Zealand. This brings us to the last World Cup final in 2022. England came into that final on a world record 30-match winning streak. They were heavy favourites. It was arguably the greatest final ever played. At least it was the greatest final I've ever watched. It had tragedy, it had everything in it. England had a player red-carded early on. They played nearly 60 minutes with 14 players and still almost won. They lost 34-31 at a packed Eden Park because they couldn't secure a line out in the dying seconds. That heartbreak is the fuel driving the Red Roses towards 2025. So, what makes them so good? Well, in 2019, the RFU made a landmark decision to fully professionalize the 15 squad. While other nations are now catching up, England got the head start, and the results speak for themselves. They are the undisputed queens of the Six Nations. They secured their 7th consecutive title earlier this year in the 2025 tournament. They also dominated the inaugural WXV 1 tournament in 2023, and they defended that title in 2024, beating New Zealand convincingly along the way. They are an absolute winning machine. But the team is evolving. The man in charge now is John Mitchell, who took over in 2023. Rugby fans know John Mitchell. He's coached the All Blacks, the Western Force, and was the England men's defence coach. He's known for high standards and strategic thinking. He's also infamously known for dropping Christian Cullen back in the early 2000s, and I haven't forgiven him for that, but that's beside the point. The Red Roses' traditional strength has always been their forward pack. They are powerful, technically excellent, and relentless. Their driving maul is legendary. It's arguably the most dominant weapon in world rugby. They strangle teams into submission. But Mitchell is trying to add layers. He's relying on their power game. He wants them to play faster, get the ball wider, and utilize the incredible pace they have out wide. We saw a glimpse of this evolution, but also a potential weakness. In the 2025 Six Nations decider against France, England raced to a massive lead, but France clawed their way back, exposing some defensive lapses when the game broke up. England held on to win 43-42. It proved they can be rattled. So, who are the players executing the plan? The depth is staggering, but let's highlight a few key names. You have to start with the leadership group. Zoe Aldcroft, often captaining the side. She plays lock or blindside flanker and was the 2021 World Rugby Player of the Year. She is the engine room, dominant in the line-out and relentless in the tight exchanges. Then there's the sheer power of Sarah Byrne. When fit, she might be the best tight head prop in the world. She scrums for penalties and breaks tackles like a centre. But the player who absolutely terrifies defences right now is Ellie Kildunne, the fullback. She is electric. her footwork, her pace, her eye for the gap. She is the definition of X Factor and was the player of the championship in the 2025 Six Nations. And keep an eye out for Maddie Fionati, a dynamic back rower who has brought an incredible level of physicality and power, forcing her way into an already stacked lineup. So, what are the expectations for the Red Roses in 2025? Honestly, it's win or bust. They are the hosts. They are the number one ranked team. They have the best resources. They have the motivation from 2022. The biggest opponent for England won't be New Zealand, France, or Canada. It will be pressure. The pressure of expectation. We saw them wobble slightly under pressure in the 2022 final and against France this year. So managing that psychology of a home World Cup is going to be John Mitchell's biggest task. The goal is to sell out Twickenham. 82,000 fans for the final and to lift that trophy. So, my from the stands verdict, the Red Roses are essential viewing. They are the firm favourites to win the World Cup. And if you want to see the pinnacle of power, fitness and skill in women's rugby right now, you have to watch England. I've learned a ton just researching this episode, and I'm genuinely excited for this series. Next time, we're looking at the reigning champions and my favorite team, the team that broke English hearts, the Black Ferns. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Red Roses' chances and who I should be watching out for. Let's learn together. Cheers.